Hi friends, it's Queen Alita. It's a beautiful Monday today. Welcome back to the channel. And if you are new, welcome. I have a beautiful message from the Lord today. Friends, excuse me, I am exhausted. I'm just tired. So bear with me if I sound weird. That's the reason. I just want to come on here and just give you guys the word for today because it's such an encouraging word for those of you who it's for. You know, I know that if the word is for you, you are weary, you have been through the most, and you just need some encouragement, and the Lord has that for you today. So it's important to take this word before the Lord, to take any message, any kind of message that you hear, just take it before Him and have the Lord confirm what He's saying to you through that. It may be that He's not intending this word particularly for you today. It may be for another time. So it's important that you understand where you are with the Lord and to have that relationship with Him. That's so important because His voice is the most important voice. That's who you should be speaking to all the time. That's who you should be hearing from all the time. This is just what I do, and what many of His servants do in this regard is really just a portion of what He has for you. So get the full story from Him. If this word is a confirmation of what He's been speaking to you about, that's excellent. It's really the ideal position to be in. I still encourage you to just keep going back to Him, keep having those conversations with Him, and keep asking Him to reveal more to you if you need more revelation. So I had this dream a couple of nights ago. I apologize, I did not write the date down in my notes, but it was a couple of nights ago, and it was a short dream. In this dream, I remember getting off some mode of transportation. It felt like a public transport, or, let me not say public transport. It felt like I was being driven and I was being dropped off at my destination, and I had taken a handbag or a purse and I was ready to leave, and then I turned and looked back and I saw that there was a second handbag in the front seat right next to the driver. And I just remember getting a sense that the driver was just very he was so cool and calm, and he just had this air of, don't forget that second bag. He just kind of was waiting for me to see the bag and to take it. Both bags were brown. And that was pretty much the dream. I was quite surprised to see the second bag there, and it was a good kind of surprise. I was really happy to see it, and I knew that I had to take the bag, and that driver was waiting for me to take the bag. So for those who this word is for this is a word of encouragement. This is a word to really help you stay the course and understand what God is doing in your life. So wherever He's taking you to next, He's giving you provision in every area of your life, right? But not only that, it will be a double portion. That handbag represents provision. 2 handbags represent the double portion. And a handbag not only represents provision, but it represents so many different areas of your life. You keep very valuable things in your handbag. So you would have money in your handbag, you would have your ID, you would have your bank cards, you would have your store cards, you would have things that are very personal to you, so many things, grooming items, just whatever. A woman's bag can have a lot of things that you wouldn't imagine. So I just get the sense of just all areas of your life being covered, right? And just to go to the symbolism of the dream, or the different symbols in the dream, the driver represents God himself, aka the Holy Spirit, right? So just the way that he was just patiently waiting, and just I even sensed how there was just this knowing and just this excitement in him for me to see that second handbag. So he represents the Lord being dropped off. So it's being dropped off by this driver. So it's like the Lord is taking you wherever he's taking you next. Some of you know that you're going to a certain place. You're kind of like being moved, and it's not only, I'm not only talking about physical moves. It can be that, it can be a move in terms of career, it can be a move in terms of relationships, it can be a move in terms of just aspects that aren't exactly physical, but it can also be a physical move. So there's that movement, and God is bringing you to your destination, basically. And the reason that you are at this point, or that you're coming to this point where God is moving you, and he's bringing a double portion of provision in all areas of your life, is because of your humanity and your humility. Brown represents humanity and humility, and both those handbags were brown, and they felt good to me. It just felt so good to have them. And the Lord is saying that you have generously given, even when you had very little. But the little that you had, you shared anyway, right? Because you understand that he always provides. You aren't moved by not having enough. Like if someone needs help, you're the first person to say, look, I have $5. I'm gonna give you $2.50 or whatever the case may be. But you always have been willing to give, even when in our human eyes, you would think that it's wise to say, well, I don't have much right now, so I can't really give. Out of that little that you gave, that you had, you still gave, right? You took each and every opportunity to give, despite what things look like for you. And here's the beautiful part. The Lord is going to surprise you with the abundance that he has for you. I had to, when I was leaving that car or whatever it was, I turned back and I saw the second handbag. So you'll find yourself in situations where you expect one thing, or you expect a certain amount of money or provision, but it's better than what you expected. It's more than what you expected that you will receive. You will look again and see that there is more. He's taking you to this new place, and he will provide everything that you need in that new place. The Lord has seen, he knows, he acknowledges that you have sown more seeds than you can remember, than you can even fathom yourself. You've sown so many seeds, and the harvest will be even greater. This reminds me so much of my friend that I met on my travels some months ago. She had this beautiful garden. I have shared that in a previous video before. But she loved the Lord, and she would often just talk to me and, just share insights that the Lord had given her. And one of the most profound, which can seem so simple, but when she was sharing it with me, it really just blessed me. It moved me. She was saying how, she has a vegetable garden. It's a food garden, and she feeds her family with this garden. I don't even know if that's the right way to say it, but and she was saying how it always amazes her every time. It doesn't get old. How she would put a seed into the ground, or a seedling, but it's just always a small thing that she would put into the ground, and the Lord would just give her back this abundant harvest. She said it was so beautiful just hearing her say that every time. It amazes her when she just sees how much God gives her back for planting one tiny little seed. And that's what That's a picture that God is trying to give you for how he's going to bless you. So I've got 2 scriptures, and these 2 scriptures, he's saying that, well, I actually have 3, but these first 2, this is what God is saying that you have done, you who this word is for. The first one is Luke 6 verse 38, and it says, so I'm going to read it as though God is speaking to you and saying this is what you have done. You have given, and therefore I'm going to give back to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, will be put into your lap. For with the measure you used, it is being measured back to you. 2 Corinthians 9 verse 6 says, the point is this: some have sown sparingly, so therefore they will reap sparingly. But you have sown bountifully, therefore you will reap a bountiful harvest. Like I said, I paraphrased them a bit because I really wanted you to understand that the Lord is speaking to you. You have sown bountifully, and therefore you will reap a bountiful harvest. Because you have given, he is giving back to you good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. That is what he's going to give to you. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 2b says that there is a time to plant and a time to harvest. You have planted every seed possible, and it is time for you to harvest. Friends, that is the word for today. I pray that it's blessed whoever it is for. And I just thank God for just the way he's bringing the provision to those of you that have just constantly just been off a mindset of, as long as I have, I know that I can do something. I know that I can help. You're reaping a bountiful harvest in God's perfect timing. Alright friends, I will see you in the next video. Always remember that God is a good Father. He is so good. He loves you so much because you, my friend, are so deeply special to him.